What's going on, y'all? This your boy JP's Audio 08, and today we're going to show y'all how to hook up the steering wheel controls. This is a 2004 Toyota Tundra. So first, let me tell you what you got. I am hooking up a Kenwood piece, so we will be using this little brown wire right here, and I'll let you know what that is in a minute. But first, you're going to get the steering wheel control box. You'll get the harness for the steering wheel control. You will get this book. You will get your application book, and then you will get this brown wire. It has brown and white, and let's go into what all this stuff is and means and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I am hooking up a Kenwood radio. For a lot of guys who don't know, the Kenwood radios do not have a slot, a 3.5 for your steering wheel control. So you have to put this inside of this and then hook this brown wire up to the blue with the yellow stripe wire right here. That is your steering wheel control wires for Kenwood and JVC radios. Now you see right here, there are a bunch of wires that come on this harness because this is a universal piece. It will go for multiple cars, and we're only going to need two coming from that steering wheel control harness. So let me show you exactly how to figure out which ones you need and what wires to go to. Alright, y'all, so this right here is your application guide. So like I said, we're working on 2004 Toyota Tundra. So right here we go to Toyota Tundra 2004 to 2006 auto detect. Auto detect means that this column is what you're going to do in order to help program the steering wheel control module. On some cars you got to tap the volume button up repeatedly, tap 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 tap. Some of them you have to hold the button. This one is going to be a auto detect, so that's cool. This right here, this column lets you know what pins you're going to be using from the module, and that's where this booklet comes into play as well, if I can get the focus to come in. So right here it says that we're using numbers 4 and 8 off the module to hook into the 8215 shell. So we go over here to our module. We say pin number 4, which is our green wire with the orange stripe. By the way, if you don't know, as far as reading wire colors, the first one is the jacket, and the second one's going to be the stripe. So we're looking for a white wire with a green stripe, yellow and green, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, we're looking for 4 and 8. So 4 is going to be green with the orange stripe. 8 is going to be black with the green stripe. All of these, the rest of them, I'm going to cut off. So, well, I didn't cut them. What I did was I just kind of made me a little loop, because let's just say somebody wants to change cars and they actually have another car that they want to hook steering wheel controls into. They don't have to buy another module or harness. They just use the ones that they need. So coming from this, you got your ignition and your ground that I tied in with the CD player, and then you also have the 2 wires that you need to go to the harness right here. Now you guys might be wondering, what does the 8215 shell look like? If you look in the back of the application chart, you will see that they have all the connectors back here. So you can look for 8215, which is boom, 8215. So we're looking for a connector that looks like that, which I've already found. So let's go back into how to hook all this stuff up. Excuse my ass, I've been working on cars. Do not talk about me. Okay, so boom, 04 Toyota Tundra. So this column right here, this is the first focus. Okay, vehicle's first steering wheel wire color. So that means that the first pin, which is number 4, which is our green with our orange, needs to go to this first one. So pin number 4, our green with orange, needs to tie into the light green with the red. So we got our green with orange right here tied in to the light green with the red. Next, which is number 8, which is going to be our black with the green stripe, is going to go into pin 7, and that color is a brown wire with the white stripe. So again, pin 2, which is number 8, that's why that comma's right there in the middle. Pin 2, number 8, is going to go to, like I said, our second wire color here. Pin 2, brown with the white. You're going to tie that in. So our black with the green tied into our pin 8 on here, brown with the white, just so happened that both of them are pin 8. Now, some of these cars, this last one actually applies to us. Some cars, they don't. This is called a reference ground, which means you have to ground this wire out or it will not work properly. So for the 04 Toyota Tundra, we should be looking for a gray with a red wire. And all that means is we have to ground out that gray with a red wire. The module says that we can actually take that wire and tie it into our chassis ground. So that's what I did. I took my gray with the red wire, military splicing tape, just like I taught y'all to do in the last video about the LOC. This is our ground, and I always forget to do this. I know I'm gonna hook this up, so I usually tie it into my butt connectors, but I always forget. But I just tied it into my ground right here, and now, so let's do an overview. I got my two pins hooked up, my ground hooked up. I got my 3.5 millimeter jack hooked into this only because I have a Kenwood radio. If you have an Alpine, Pioneer, Clarion, whatever, then you won't even need this. You would just take this and stick it in the back of the radio. I have a Kenwood, or we're putting in a Kenwood, so we need this. Now we're gonna hook the radio up, turn the key on, and then let y'all see how this auto detects, and then we'll check to see if this thing works. All right, y'all, so I'm just holding this in there because I'm about to turn the car on to let y'all see what the auto detect look like. Right here, you're gonna have I think the top one is actually the LED and the bottom one is the programming button, because sometimes if it don't work, you may have to manually program. I have to do a video on that later because I'm kind of pressed for time. So we're gonna turn this on. It's gonna auto detect. It's gonna go like that. It's gonna detect what kind of radio it is. It's gonna detect what kind of car is hooked up to. I'm gonna try to read and all that good stuff. Alright, so right now we should have a solid red thing like that. So now let's look at these pressing up on this. Boom, goes up, goes down, pressing down, and let's change the radio station. Chains up, changes it going down. Okay, let's try the mode button. USB, changing our sources. USB rear, we're changing our sources. We're going to Bluetooth audio, whatever, and it should put us right back on boom, standby, whatever. So steering controls are now programmed. Like I said, the auto detect, this is gonna be solid red, and there you go, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together and start recording because this guy is out of here waiting. But I have finally had an opportunity to show you how to hook that up, so I'll make it nice and neat. Peace. Happy installing.